What is going on, world? Welcome back once again. My name is ZacNovak and this is ZacNovak Plays Games. Well, big ZacNovak. In today's video we got XURS, location and inventory. A few hours later, roll the intros, get around to it, and I do hope you certainly enjoy. Alrighty, so getting straight into the video. Now XURS is on Nessus, chilling at Watcher's grave up on the barge right across from the tree where he used to chill, but there's a better spot for him, so let us go check, see if the tentacle bastard actually has anything good this week. Fingers crossed, let us have a look.
I am an agent of the Nine.
Well, you being an agent of the Nine, do you have anything? Okay, this week it is surprisingly decent. Let us start things off with the Geomag stabilizers for the Warlock, 23 legendary shards for this pretty fun exotic. Now main perk on it is actually called Close Enough. When Chaos Reach super energy is almost full, sprinting tops it off, and damaging enemies with Chaos Reach also extends its duration. These things in themselves are seriously fun, seriously good, and honestly really OP on a Warlock. Seriously, I like these things. Secondary perks on them, we've got ourselves a Dynamo, we've got Kinetic Dexterity, and we've also got Oversized Weapon Dexterity, which is pretty nice, haven't seen that very much. And as well as but not limited to, we've also got ourselves a Primary Ammo Finder and Special Ammo Finder on boots, which is pretty freaking awesome, especially for an exotic. Go ahead and pick them up if you have not got them. 23 legendary shards. Moving on though, next up we've got ourselves the ACD/0 feedback fence for the Titan. Now this thing is D1 exotic born into D2 with the main perk being called Fury Conductors. Melee kills build energy. Being struck by a melee attack reduces incoming damage and unleashes the energy in a devastating explosion. In other words, pretty much melee a couple of people and get meleeed and they will pretty much go down in a lot of situations. These things are really fun in PvP and pretty good in PvE. I will actually state they do come in handy in a lot of situations. Pick them up if you have not got them. Secondary perks on them are as followed. We got ourselves Fastball, we got Kinetic Weapon Loader and Power Weapon Loader, as well as limited to, we've also got ourselves Grenade Launcher Scavenger and Heavy Ammo Finder. Pretty decent, pretty nice. These things also look really cool with the ornament, with the Endless Loop ornament I should say, just because it looks cool. It's blue and I prefer the blue rather than the orange. But anyway, these things once again are 23 legendary shards. Pick them up if you have not got them. Moving on though, next up we've got ourselves the Knucklehead Radar, also a D1 exotic bought to D2 for the Hunter or Huntress. 23 legendary shards for this exotic that isn't as good as it used to be, but still actually is pretty decent in a lot of situations, and it just kind of looks really unique. Main perk on it is actually called Upgraded Sensor Pack. Provides radar while you're aiming and enhances your radar resolution while crouched. This thing in itself is really handy and crucial, especially if you are a sniper that likes to camp, or if you are someone that just likes to actually, you know, fight from the other side of the actual map. This thing in itself is seriously fun and seriously good to actually use in PvP. Not as great in PvE, but still, it's very decent. Main perks, pretty good. Secondary perks, we've got ourselves Light Reactor, Ashes to Assets, and Precision Weapon Targeting, as well as limited to. We've also got ourselves Grenade Launcher Reserves, I'm going to say Scavenger, Grenade Launcher Reserves, and Special Ammo Finder. Pretty decent, pretty cool. Pick this up if you have not got it. 23 legendary shards for another D1 exotic bought to D2. Next up though, we've got ourselves another D1 bought to D2, exotic being the Queen's Breaker Bow. This thing in itself is... it's OP. 29 legendary shards. If you have not got this thing, pick it up because holy Jesus, this thing is nice. Main perk on it is called Wire Rifle. Fires a long range precision arc bolt that blinds enemies on hit, as well as having marksman size so it can actually charge faster and deal a little bit more, charge slower and deal more damage, or we can charge faster and, you know, it's a little bit easier to actually use. This thing has seriously good perks, seriously is amazing. Pick it up if you've not got it just because it is really beastly, and it actually looks pretty cool in itself. This thing is amazing in PvP, amazing in Gambit, and pretty decent in PvE. This thing is all around pretty good. Pick it up if you have not got it. 29 legendary shards. But moving on, next up we've got ourselves the consumables, the 5 of Swords challenge card. What does this allow you to do? Well, it allows you to pretty much tailor-made your Nightfalls. In other words, you can make those challenging Nightfalls more challenging by adding challenging challenges on top of the already challenging Nightfall to make it even more challenging. This thing in itself allows you to get better scores, better loot, and better stuff all around. Pick it up because, yeah, again, it allows you to tailor-made your Nightfalls, and that's always fun. And we've also got the Invitation of the Nine, which I still haven't actually gone through and completed on my Titan, so I won't really talk about it very quickly, other than just saying it is 9 legendary shards. If you still have any of these, pick them up so you can actually see some of the lore from the back end of the game, and also get some pretty good loot. And finally though, finishing things off, we got ourselves the Isochronal Engram, aka a Fated Engram, 97 legendary shards. This exotic will decrypt into an exotic that you don't actually own that comes from the actual collection. Unless you have all the exotics in the collection, then in itself will be a reroll. Do keep in mind though, this only exists from the last DLC and before that, and not actually up to the DLC we're in now, but that will change in the future. So let's see, what can we actually get from this Fated Engram 97 legendary shards? Please be something good. We get ourselves a Crimson. Well, it just so happens that I already got a Crimson on my character that I've been using for a while, but still, this one's 720. So I'm definitely going to use that. Pretty nice, pretty decent, and also means that, you know, my Crimson is now going to be a little bit more powerful. This thing in itself also is a really beastly hand cannon, or, well, let's just say pulse cannon, because that's kind of what it is. It is a hand cannon that fires 3 bursts that allow you to pretty much deal a lot of damage and get health back from enemies. This thing in itself is really nice. I like it, I'm not complaining, that's pretty decent. And yeah, I mean, hey, Zor's inventory and location this week is actually pretty decent. Again, he's in the same spot as he was last week, but he has some pretty good loot this week. I do actually have to state, I kind of really like a lot of the stuff he has. And yeah, just saying that Queenbreaker's bow, keep in mind that thing is pretty powerful, and it's one of those weapons that you might actually really want to get. But anyway, this has been Zor's Location, this has been ZacNovak. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, click that like button down below, do all that good stuff, share this video around because it seriously helps out the channel, helps out you guys, and helps out other people to actually see my content. If you did actually find this video helpful, maybe leave a comment down below, let me know if you did actually find it helpful, do all that good stuff, share the video around, do all the good stuff. Once again, I'll be channel like your own videos and sharing. But until next time, this is ZacNovak, finishing off a public event. But until next time, this is ZacNovak, signing off. Peace out.